Welcome, Monday morning leaders. What's going on? Are you ready to start the week? Welcome to another edition of Monday Morning Leadership Huddle, where we provide you with tips and tools to drive your leadership purpose. What's going on, neighbor? I'm your favorite neighbor, Jay Murray. And today I want to talk about courage. I often start my mornings with devotion, reading the Bible, meditating, really trying to receive God's presence. And lately, I've been reading the Bible through the lens of leadership and really kind of putting myself in the story, in the character shoes, in the principle, and seeing it from leadership, the lens of leadership. And when I think about leadership courage, I can't help but to think about Moses, right? Moses. If you're familiar with Moses' story, Moses, at one point, he lived in Pharaoh's palace at the killing an Egyptian and just pretty much going out into the desert. It wasn't until after 40 years, 40 years, God called Moses to free his people. God called Moses and say, "Hey, Moses, I need you to tell Pharaoh to let my people go." And like many of us, if we were Moses, we will probably have felt the same way. The same way Moses felt when he first was called. Moses like, "Who, me? I don't speak well. What would I say to Pharaoh? What do I say to the children of Israel? Would they even listen to me? Can you get somebody else? That's not me. That's not what I do. That's not my skills. I don't line. That's not what I'm called. That's not my calling." You know? But Moses had to find a way to live in this tension, the tension of conflict, the tension of his two emotions, to find his courage, the tension of him having a lack of confidence and being confident in what God had called him to do. When I think about leadership courage, I like to sum it up or define it in the way of the ability to live or embrace tension, the tension of conflict, the ability to live, embrace the tension of conflict. Many times it's the tension of the conflict of our emotions, two emotions that we're feeling. I often tell my son, "Hey, bro, it's good. It's okay for you to have moments when you are afraid, but understand that you can also, when you're feeling afraid, you can also be brave at the same time. Like those two emotions can coexist with each other. That yes, you can be afraid, in which it is totally okay to be afraid. But guess what? You can also be brave at the same time. And to me, that's where courage lives. And today I want to walk you through, I guess you can think of these four illustrations. On one end, it is the area or the events or situations or sometimes the emotions that prevents us from being courageous. But then I want to also provide you a countermeasure to when we are feeling that tension. What is the other tension, the positive tension, if you want to think of it that way? When we're experiencing this negative tension and we want to feel that positive tension, to embrace the tension altogether. What are the countermeasures? How can we counter these feelings? How can we counter these moments where we're experiencing a situation where I don't think I can do it, but I have to do it, right? Moments where I'm so uncertain, but I'm searching at the same time. where we have to embrace ambiguity. Moments of, I don't want to show my full self. I'm insecure about myself. But I know in order for me to be authentic, I have to be vulnerable. That's courage. That's courage, family. So let's take a look at the first one here. I just put up the second one, the first thing there. Let me start off. Let's look at this one. Resistance to change. Now, we all have been here. We all have been here. We all have had moments of either we have been the individual that have been resistance to change, or we're hoping to motivate and lead someone to embrace change. And let's just get it, change is hard, right? This is why they say many times that, hey, changing behaviors can be hard. This is why we fail at times when we're trying to incorporate a new healthy habit, a new diet, right? Because we often have the sayings, or we often play the same thing in our heads, like, why we have to do it that way? Well, we always have done it this way. Why we need to change? Well, that's just how I am. This is how I grew up, right? We've been there before, right? We've been there before. And when we are experiencing those moments of resistance to change, it's in those moments where we have to be open to challenge our thinking, challenging your thinking, to look at things from a different perspective, to not be so opinionated and listen, to be open to unlearning some things, to be open to, you know what, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I've been looking at this in the wrong perspective. That's how we overcome change. That's how we embrace change. The moments of that tension, for us to be courageous, the tension between resistance to change, and challenging our thinking, the courage there is to be open. The resistance to change, the way that we can be courageous is to challenge our thinking. Okay? Challenge our thinking. The second one is, hey, I'm I'm just not confrontational. We are very conflict averse. We're not trying to be in conflict. But the day will come, and it's not a matter of if it will come, but the day will come. And when it does come, you will need to press into conflict. As leaders, as entrepreneurs, as fathers, as husbands, as kids, you will have to press in to a conflict. You're going to have to demonstrate leadership courage, and you know what? And have a crucial conversation. That's how you be courageous when you are conflict averse. When you're trying to avoid conflict, you need to have a crucial conversation. You need to be open to, you know what? Let me just tackle this difficult situation. Let me just have a crucial conversation with this individual. That's the courage. That is the courage, because we cannot avoid conflict always. We can't always run from it, because if we keep running from it, it's going to keep coming up to where, yeah, you can run, but you can't hide. It's going to come up again. And one way that we can be courageous in those moments, you know what? I need to have a crucial conversation. And again, this is just one way. And I hope you, as we go through these are just, again, just something that I'm pairing together. There's many other ways that you could be courageous, when dealing with conflict, but this is just again an example that I'm showing. Have a crucial conversation. I need to have a crucial conversation. In order for us to live in under this roof and raise these kids, hello, somebody, I need to have a crucial conversation. In order for us to gel as a team to achieve the goal, I need to have a crucial conversation. Leadership courage. Leadership courage. The next thing that prevents us from being courageous and demonstrating leadership courage is we simply overthink. Overthinking. We're experiencing analysis paralysis. Now, as you see, and as I will sum this up, this truly comes in each of these areas that prevents us from being from demonstrating leadership courage is simply fear. And the root cause of it, or one of the symptoms, let me say it in that way, could be you overthinking. You're overthinking this situation. You're overthinking this situation, and you pretty much like you about to double dutch. You keep going. You know how you see people double dutch and everything, and they on the side like I'm just waiting, waiting, waiting. Then sooner or later, you just got to go in. Now, I have never double dutch. I tried years ago when I was a kid. I can't double dutch, but you can get the illustration, right? I'm trying to jump in, and I'm overthinking it to where boom, I try to jump in and I get hit by the rope. Many times when we're experiencing analysis paralysis and overthinking, what we have to do is be open to exploration and experimentation to understand, hey, if we take on this new endeavor and things doesn't go the way that we want it to go, which is okay, let's just see how this, let's just experiment and explore, right? Let's explore, okay? And see what happens. It's a mindset shift, I believe, in this particular area here, right? When you're experiencing overthinking, and to be courageous in those moments where you got to be open to exploration and experimentation, it's a mindset shift because what you truly want to overcome or what you may be experiencing is fear. It's simply fear, which that leads me to the last one, right? Fear is the ultimate, is the ultimate illusion, is the ultimate one that crushes our ability to be courageous because we have to embrace fear. The only way to be courageous in fear, in which, as I said before, each of these areas could be a symptom of fear. We have to embrace fear. And many times when we embrace fear, when we become courageous and we demonstrate leadership courage and embrace fear, we're able to get to the root cause. We're able to get to the root cause of why we overthink. Oh, I overthink because I have scarcity issues. Oh, I overthink because there were some years ago when I tried to do that. I got hurt so bad. I got I had emotional pain, physical pain, psychological pain. And which again, family, I'm please believe I'm not the one, and I'm not saying, hey, just get over it and okay, just be courageous, just dust yourself off and get back up. No, I'm not just overlooking that, right? Yes, at the end of the day, we need to get up. We need to have crucial conversations. We need to be not so conflict averse, right? We need to not be resistance to change, right? We need to do this in order for us to choose leadership, to choose courage, and to lead, right? But that's not to say we won't have moments where I'm feeling fearful. I'm fear. I'm dealing with fear. And in those moments, not running away, we embrace and we push through that discomfort. We push through that discomfort, right? We push through. It's like, that's just a little discomfort I'm feeling. Why am I feeling this way? What am I assuming? What am I afraid of? Right? At this moment, you can ask yourself some truly critical questions to help you to embrace the fear, to help you embrace the fear. So, leadership courage. It is the ability to live, to embrace the tension of conflict, the tension of conflict of emotions, tension of a conflict of a mindset, overcoming a mindset, the tension of events, situations that could be very triggering for us, that we have to embrace. Family, I hope this has been helpful. Use this to continue to demonstrate leadership courage, because leadership is not a title, but a choice. And today, we choose courage. Do me a favor. If this has been helpful, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you at the next huddle. Till next time, be blessed.